Hi everyone, it's Graham again and welcome back to my channel. So today I am here with part 2 of my March book haul. I'm going to call this the crime book haul because all of these books pertain to crime. And there's one sort of non-bookish but it is bookish thing. So yeah, that's exciting. Without much further ado, let's get into the books. So the first thing I'll show you is the non-bookish thing. I was looking on eBay and I was searching for vintage Agatha Christie editions, as you do, and I came across this, which I just love. It's a BBC radio collection, Agatha Christie, Murder on the Orient Express, and it stars John Moffat as Hercule Poirot. It's a tape. So, yeah, we do have a tape recorder. I have listened to some of this. It's not the book, it's a radio dramatisation of it, and it's really, really good. This is from 1993, and it's just fabulous. And it stars people such as Joss Ackland, Francesca Annis, Sian Phillips, Sylvia Sims, Frank Windsor, and John Moffat as Hercule Poirot. And the little quote is, "Oui, mon ami, a journey on the Great Orient Express is certainly an adventure, but one does not expect that adventure to end in death." I can't wait to dive further into this and listen to the whole thing. It's got sound effects, it's got background music, and it's different actors for the different parts, and it's brilliant, and I'm so there for it. I'm so excited by this. So the second thing that I'm going to show you is a sort of two-part thing, and yeah, it's a magazine and a book, and it's Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. This is my favourite Agatha Christie. I absolutely love it. So magazine and the book. The story with this is that this is the very first Agatha Christie book that I ever read. I was 12, possibly just turned 13, so it was like late 99, early 2000. I was a paper boy, and it was a few days before payday, and this book thing appeared on the bookshelves. I think there was about 3 or 4 copies of it, and I didn't have any money on me. It was like 99 pence. I was a kid. Money was spent on sweets. But I said to myself, when I get paid, if that's still there, I'll buy it. And when I got my paper round money, it was still there. There was 1 copy and I snapped it up, 99p. It was a Friday, and I didn't have school the next day, obviously, because it was Saturday. And I stayed up all night and I read from cover to cover Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. So the book is just absolutely gorgeous. I love it. And on the back it has, I think it's a raven. And the magazine has like loads of information about the Murder on the Orient Express and where it was written, and all the different true life cases that Agatha Christie used as a basis for the story. So one of the main ones was the kidnap and murder of Charles Lindbergh's baby, which was quite a very famous murder case in America in the 1930s. So when people were reading this book when it was first published in 1934, they would have been aware of the origin of some of the plot line. And I just love this. And incidentally, I didn't know that in America this was originally published as Murder on the Calais Coach. That's just fab. And you can't buy copies of that for love nor money because they're very expensive, they're very rare. So yeah, I'll keep hunting one down. But yeah, that's just how that goes. The next thing is one that I think I saw on someone's Instagram, and I had to have it. It was like that sort of bookish magpie moment. It had to be mine, so I hunted down a copy, and it's Elements of Murder, A History of Poison by John Emsley. I'm so excited to get to this. This tells not the story, but it gives you like a history of different poisons and how they were used. This book is about elements that kill. Mercury, arsenic, antimony, lead, and thallium can be lethal, as many a poisoner knew too well. Emsley explores the gruesome history of these elements and those who have succumbed to them in a fascinating narrative that weaves together stories of true crime, enduring historical mysteries, tragic accidents, and science, and the science behind it all. The colourful cast includes ancient alchemists, kings, leaders, a pope, several great musicians, and a motley crew of murderers. Among the intriguing accounts is that of the 17th century poet Sir Thomas Overbury, who survived 4 attempts to poison him with mercury, but died when given the poison in enema form. Nice. Under whose direction remains uncertain. Here, too, is detailed the celebrated case of Florence Maybrick, convicted of poisoning her violent husband James with arsenic, but widely believed at the time to be innocent. The question of her guilt is still disputed. Threaded through the book alongside the history of the growing understanding of chemistry and the effects of different chemical substances on the human body. Thousands suffered the ill effects of poisonous vapours from mercury, lead, and arsenic before the dangers were realised. Hatters went mad because of mercury poisoning, and hundreds of young girls worked in factories manufacturing wallpaper in the 19th century were poisoned by the arsenic-based green pigments used for the leaves of the popular floral designs. Even in the middle of the 20th century, accidental mercury poisoning caused many deaths in Minamata Bay, while leaded petrol poisoned the whole planet. And arsenic still continues to poison millions in Asia. Through vividly told stories of innocent blunders, industrial accidents, poisoners of various hues, cold, cunning, desperate, and deaths that remain a mystery, Emsley here uncovers the dark side of the periodic table. And then when it arrived in the post and I flicked it open to read the flyleaf, it's only signed by the author, dedicated to John Bowler, best wishes, John, Brown's Courthouse, 28th of April 2005. And then in brackets it says, first edition, launch day. And it's just, that's treasured. And yeah, also, when I was flicking through the book, this little postcard was inside as a sort of bookmark, I would imagine. So it's the cover of the book in bookmark form or postcard form. So yeah, that's exciting. So it's nice that I have a book that I will really thoroughly enjoy reading, and that it's signed by the author, and it's a first edition, a first printing. So yeah, I will treasure this in my collection. So the next 2 books are kind of linked to one another. I saw these on Richard Farley's Instagram, and again, Bookish Magpie couldn't not have them, so I hunted them down, and here they are. So the first one is Murder, Inc., and this is the Mystery Reader's Companion, and it is Perpetrated by Dilys Winn. I think that is just fabulous. Not edited or authored by, but perpetrated by. It just fits in with the whole idea of the crime, the crime aspect. Murder, Inc. is an act of passion, a spectacular entertainment, an irreverent guide to the world of the mystery. The greatest puzzles are solved. How many little grey cells did Poirot have? And then it says 10.5. There's a picture of them, so you can count. Hundreds of photographs and illustrations lurk throughout Murder, Inc. Who weighs more? Bertha Cool or Nero Wolfe? Wolfe by 86 pounds. How do you prepare an invalid's tray? Carefully, and with a little dab of strychnine. The most effective MOs are revealed. Loving attention is paid to the blunt instrument. The basic cat burglar's kit, all manner of poison rings, and a little stew called death warmed over. Murder Inc. interviews a real-life wiretapper, now reformed, traces the history of the hard-boiled trench coat and spots every getaway trick in the book, from laundering money to muddying a license plate. All the specialists are in on the kill. Murder Inc. introduces you to a stool pigeon, an ex-spy, and the last working hangman, retired, also mouthpieces, sidekicks, gumshoes, and the butler, who almost never did it. 150 articles by experts, aficionados, and the foremost crime and mystery writers on both sides of the Atlantic. And in the very back, it has the end, and it says, if you hate people who reveal the ending, stop right here. Do not cut across the dotted line. So this hasn't been cut open, and I'm worried that I shouldn't I shouldn't do it. But yeah. And then another little detail, the back, the red colour here, it says at the bottom of the page, this rich dark red exactly matches the colour of arterial blood. That's attention to detail, and I can't wait to get to this. So yeah, and the next one fits in with this other book because it is basically the second part. It is Murderess, Inc., the better half of the mystery, again perpetrated by Dilys Winn. It says, psst. Murderess, Inc. proves beyond a reasonable doubt that women in the mystery are found dead as often as men, commit just as many murders as men, make just as many wisecracks as men, drink just as much booze as men, and that in the final analysis the female is not only deadlier than the male, but wackier. Snooping on the shadiest ladies in mystery fiction, the nanny, the cook, the grieving widow, dear old mum, the man who proposed to Miss Marple, the knitting brigade, the plot to immortalise Christie, the hard-boiled skirts in the Chandler novels, the crimes against Snow White, more than 50 fearless contributors, over 100 statements in the mystery's defence, enough mugshots to make Interpol jealous, and a bloody good time in matching colour. Perpetrated by Dilys Winn as her second crime of passion. Her first was Murder Inc., the best-selling Edgar-winning mystery reader's companion. It's good, sweethearts. It's very, very good. I love it. It's so wacky, and it's just, again, I can't wait to get to it. And these are quite rare, these books, so I'm really happy to have these in my collection. My only gripe is paperback and hardcover, but they do fit together. They are the same size. So yeah, that's where my moaning will end. And that's where the video is going to end. Thank you so much for watching. Whatever you're doing, I hope you have so much fun doing it. Whatever you're reading, I hope you love it. Stay fabulous, be amazing, be yourself, stay safe, and I'll see you again soon for another video. Bye bye.